Hundreds of Lucid Air are at the risk of losing power while driving. Now, can you imagine us driving down a highway and just cruising in your beautiful Lucid that you spend over six figures for, or even close to six figures, and all of a sudden something happens to such an awesome looking sedan? But regardless of what, there's always issues, but it depends. This is what make the manufacturer stands out. How fast do they rectify these issues? Lucid has issued a recall of 637 of these beautiful sedans due to faulty switch in the electric motor that could lead to loss of power. Now, the problem has been traced to contactors. Defined in the National Highway Transportation Agency, as known as NHTSA, documents electrically activated switches that close at the vehicle startup to transfer energy to and from the drive units, and they open at the vehicle shutdown. Now, Lucid and Sensata Technologies, the supplier and manufacturer of the contactors, concluded that a small population of contactors, the spring force, may overcome the magnetic holding force, resulting in the switch opening and cutting power to the electric motors. Now, they say they began investigating this back in May of 2022 when the one sedan lost power and was brought to a service center. Now, the technicians had to observe the contactors opening during a startup manually in order to find out what the issue is. Now, Lucid released an OTA, I must say, over-the-air update that had the ability to diagnose which vehicles had this particular defect. Now, analyzing the fleet data, Lucid determined that 232 customer vehicles exhibited this kind of signature problem, which brought it to at least 5% just at that time. Now, in February, Lucid Tech Department concluded that a reasonable risk to safety exists in the vehicles with the double dip current signatures at least 5% of the time. Now, if the contactors open unexpectedly while you're driving or moving down a highway, the electric motors will not supply the juice that it needs. And this can lead to the loss of the vehicle moving forward, the power, the momentum. Now, without pre-warning, and which could cause you to crash. Now, replacements have been made with a stronger magnetic force to prevent these kind of future defects. Now, out of the 637 vehicles, 273 had been identified. That's due to the over-the-air update, which is sort of nice. Tesla uses this over-the-air update thing too, and a lot of manufacturers are using that, which is pretty cool. Now, owners are going to need to bring their cars into the Lucid Service Center, where those contactor switches can be swapped out and replaced free of charge. Now, some may have already been notified, but I think the word is going to be out by this April, and most of the owners are going to be able to do that. And hopefully, you're watching this video. Two, if you own a Lucid Air, you happen to be one of the fortunate ones, call your dealer and just find out what's going on. And they should have notified you by now. Now, the first recall happened over a year ago for the faulty front strut damper in most of the Lucids. And the Lucids these are some of the things that you expect to happen in vehicles that first came out. Porsche did this when they first came out with the GT3 years ago. The earlier model, I think the 991 model. And then they had the same, it's how quickly can a manufacturer, look out for their customers and get it done and just real smooth. All vehicles have problems, and how do you resolve them? It depends. If you resolve them great, that means you have a lot of class. That means that you're going to have a strong customer base. And I think this is what Lucid's going to do. They're competing against the big boys. And I think they're going to be able to do this, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And it's great to be back. And have an awesome time. And Still got a few seconds. Great to be back. Like and subscribe and have a fantastic day. It's the AO Creatrix.